Mitchell, you know that there are some people who believe that the racial climate and the protests in the streets may have impacted the deliberations. Was that ever discussed, and was that an issue at all?
We weren't watching the news, so we don't know what was going on. We were really just locked in on the case. And then with so much stress coming from the case, I mean, those things are so secondary because you're literally, throughout the trial, you're watching somebody die on a daily.
Thank you for your willingness to share with us what went on inside that jury room in the deliberations. Please tell us.
First, I want to start off by sending my condolences to the Floyd family. I haven't got a chance to do that publicly, so I want to do that first and foremost. But no, the deliberation room, it was pretty much, for the most part, it was straightforward. There were a few hiccups with, terminology and understanding exactly what the instructions were for each case. But like I said, for the most part, we got in, we got out. There wasn't too much banter back and forth.
Was there one juror, though, on one of the lesser charges that was a holdout for a while?
Yeah, so I mean, we probably deliberated for 4 hours, and of that 4 hours, it was I guess we were going over more so the terminology that was being used and make sure that we understood exactly what was being asked. I think the one juror that was kind of, I wouldn't say slowing us down, but was being delicate with the process more so. Was just kind of hung up on a few words within the instructions, and just wanted to make sure that they got it right.
And so how were you able, and that's how you were able to convince this particular juror? Clarification on the wording?
So we just kind of went around the room. We literally broke down the sentences and broke down the words and what the meanings were. It just described it several different ways from different perspectives until we came to a common conclusion.
Brent Mitchell, you know that there are some people who believe that the racial climate and the protests in the streets may have impacted the deliberations. Was that ever discussed, and was that an issue at all?
We weren't watching the news, so we don't know what was going on. We were really just locked in on the case. And then with so much stress coming from the case, I mean, those things are so secondary because you're literally, throughout the trial, you're watching somebody die on a daily basis. So that stress alone is enough to take your mind away from whatever's going on outside of the four walls of the courtroom. I mean, that wasn't even something that's in any of our minds. I don't think so.
What was the impact of that 9-minute, 29-second video, and was that the difference maker?
The video is a historic video, unfortunately. And then seeing the multiple angles of it from the body cams, from the other cell phones, it was probably the most important piece of evidence. Was
there any testimony? Was there one piece of testimony for you that made a difference?
Yeah. So for me, I'll say two. For sure, Donald Williams, just how he spoke about everything, and Dr. Tobin. I think once Dr. Tobin got on the stand and the way he spoke and the details that he gave and the way he gave the details, I thought that really solidified the prosecution's case.
Derek Chauvin not taking the stand, did that have an impact, not hearing from him, the former officer?
Yeah, definitely it did. When we were in the deliberation room, a few people wondered, they wanted to actually hear from him. They were curious on, just what his thoughts might have been throughout. It probably was to his detriment that he didn't take the stand because people were curious on what his thoughts were throughout the entire incident.
It was I don't have to tell you, a very diverse jury. Everybody around you, they ranged in ages from 20 to 60, 5 men, 7 women, 4 black, 6 white, 2 self-identify as multiracial. Your experience, you believe, has shown the importance of black men to show up for jury duty. Why do you believe that?
Yeah, so I mean, in order for change to happen, we got to get us to those type of avenues, get us to those rooms. We got to show up for jury duty. We have to vote. Those are things that are important to the society as a whole. And if we want to be viewed differently in society and start to see different results, we have to start to do those things. We cannot avoid them. We can't put them on the back burner. We have to put them in the forefront. And jury duty is definitely one of those things, especially with, the insane number of black men being incarcerated. So we definitely have to get on those panels and stuff like that.
You began by giving your condolences to the George Floyd family. You haven't had a chance to speak with them. What would you want to say to them?
His name is going to live on. His legacy is now cemented in history. It's now become so much bigger than him as an individual. He's now become almost, he's become a legacy. And it's a legacy that will forever be here, and it's forever it will hopefully create some change within society. And that is huge, and that is unfortunate. It's a positive lining within a negative result as his death. But that's just me as a positive person, just kind of looking towards the bright side. Like I said, at the end of the day, they still lost a brother, a nephew, a cousin. It still was a man that lost his life. But his name will live on, and what his name means now is so much more than what they probably imagined. It's literally cemented in history.
Is you live hard?
Medical records.
How y'all let medical records get through here again? How they let your fuck ass get through here again, Gaggle? How long I been gone in this pussy ass nigga? We love you. We did it, Joe. Look, we did it. Bitch, you still a fan. We did it.
Okay. If they ever ask about me, tell them I was more than just a great set of moves.
Nicole reloaded. Mommy. And